This was the first. Raw still. I remember those nerves and burning lightning. I did not wish to leave, but it had to be done.
What do you mean you didn't want to leave?
It started as sunrise.
You must have been determined to leave the Nine to endure this. What did they do to you?
Whatever was needed. But this one specific straw, so dry and petty. A murky knife in spine. But the wound still tingles. Enough to break my service with splitting suddenness. It was personal. Not a regret. A slight... I can taste it on the tip of my tongue. This is sterile. Embalming fluid and rubber. Chalk taste. Ugh. My intent to stay shed in dead anger. The Ionians test its petaled peels for a connection to their holy anomaly. They claim I was born here, from a corpse flower molt.
Is that all it takes to stop being an emissary? Damn, I have to murder a sucker to quit my job. It's good to have you out.
That wit of yours doesn't have as much anger behind it. But I don't need your pity by any name. I need focus.
Exiles ahead.
They're picking over her corpse.
I need what they seek. Polluted ribbons and sinew lines to read. I don't mean to be cryptic. This one is mixed with dark matter. I left through a door that was always open, but I didn't leave to be Orin again. I thought I left to bring a message, but there's another reason.
My glimmer says the Nine let you leave knowing it'd fry your brain. What makes you think they want you delivering a message?
Your glimmer is worthless. That much I remember. And I know because I am here, so I am needed here.
Guardian, I have an incoming transmission. Patching it through.
I have the Ionian Dean here. She sends her greetings. I'll relay your messages to her and translate what I can of her response. Whatever is in there is dangerous, but precious to them. It's been out of reach.
self-destruction? You don't need an emissary just for humanity. You need it between yourselves.
Your friend here? With the bad brain? She could not heal this division.
They are manipulating you. Trust my platinum, Lodi. They have already taken everything from you.
Irritant. It is still talking. New emissary. If it isn't too forward, you were made by fate for this task. Your telomeres are as melodic as 3 promised. Such handsome bosons. Symmetries that cut quantum strings. Rotations stopping temporal vibrations. Goodness me.
Oh, thank you.
cause. Called forth the first protein, bestowed lowercase light. Now I beseech you for help.
9. In my time, an emissary was a diplomat. Someone who found common ground. Let me try to be that for you.
Do not offer yourself.
If I can do my part, then that is my responsibility. I know you're trying to help, Orin. But let me be helpful too.
Lodi, listen. You deserve citrus. Please, as painful as it is, the truth is that you can't solve this.
If it's not me and my bosons, it's some other poor bastard. I don't want the 9 abducting somebody even further in the past than I was.
Stop this and save yourself. Move to the tower. Rebuild your life. That's what I'm doing. You can choose who you are. Do not self-immolate.
If I set myself on fire, then no one else has to.
Lodi, no.
Can it, quitter! Emissary, it must be you. There is no other candidate to pull forward for eons. And you, weapon, you know all too well. Even gods sometimes need a little killing. See you, Sunrise.
One last fragment into the hole. Oh. Oh. I can form the silhouettes of memories in my thoughts. Like neon outlines of overlapping events and momentary flashes. Like a downpour of beating rain. It's all out of order. These moments buck against the guide rail of chronology. But if I focus, there is one image. There. The image is clear. Of Gaul, my ghost. Zest and sunny sweetness. I don't know where this was. I just see them facing me. Maybe that's where I start. At the horizon. I'm sorry, Guardian.
Give me time to bring this mess into order. As things clarify, I'll share them with you. And thank you.
What in the hell does your ghost have to do with this?
I don't know. But I do remember he didn't like you.
Yeah, the feeling's mutual. I'm an acquired taste.
Vex incoming.
Gaul. This isn't him, but an idea imprinted on the silica.
You ditched the 9 over a ghost? These little con artists are almost as bad as your last boss.
He tried to warn me about the 9, and you, Wu Ming. Gaul was kind and good, fresh bred. I told him to go to the city, but he died. He was killed when the light was severed. It was petty. They grabbed the network with careless hands and ripped it from the sky just to free me of my bonds. They knew I'd send Gaul home, and so they saw our lights snuffed. Such effort. All for one little ghost. The rest to them is causation. Dismissible aftermath.
Yeah, the 9 need water. They divert a river and kill everything downstream. You know it. I know it. I'm sorry they did it to you, too.
Not all of them. Ikora, Guardian. Drifter and I had something to show you, to better varnish your understanding. Kepler is part of the Oort Cloud, a sea cliff of Sol jutting over the abyss of space. If you want to understand what summoned you, you need to understand dark matter. Find a pool of radiolaria. Drifter will explain first.
I familiarized myself with the most recent studies from the tower. Dark matter is well documented.
Sure. In papers.
Peer-reviewed data is our strongest place of knowledge. Though I imagine Orin have a different angle on the subject.
I've had my eyes on some of these Vex going haywire, and seems like the dark matter of this place is souring the milk, so to say. Once the stuff gets near Vex milk, the Vex become disconnected from the collective, and then go nuts before they slowly die off.
The Vex becoming disconnected due to dark matter influence implies some part of their biology is aware of its presence.
It is, even when limited to 3 dimensions.
Forgive me for only considering 3.
We are dealing with 2 separate problems connected by the 9. Dark matter, which is what they are, and time, which is what they shift. Dark matter can usually only be experienced, not observed. Think of wind, or scent. Invisible, but detectable. Shifts in time, though, are harder to sense. We are drawings on a piece of paper, and without us knowing, that paper is being folded into a crane. We can seek their hands all we want, but we can't fold the paper. It is easy to feel adrift, powerless.
Adrift is a good way to put it. If we can see the unseeable here, maybe we'll see what shaped our path, too. We're facing this together, Orin.
My will is my own. It's as frightening as it is freeing. Don't misunderstand me. I didn't choose to be a lightbearer. I did choose to be an emissary. And I chose to leave. I don't miss either life. I choose to bear truth. To share fragments I've stowed away from beyond the borders of known space. The knowledge I keep will save others. But first, there is a piece of myself that I left buried to grow in old soil. My ghost, Gaul. We planted violet petals from the Golden Age. My hands, their shell. After we leave here, that's where I'll go. One brief respite until fate calls us back to right the impossible.
Everyone, we have the last Strangelet capsule. Guardian, we need to take this to the Altar of Relativity and get that door open.
This is it. I'm finally gonna learn why I'm here. Big moment. For all of you too, I'm sure.
Yeah. Round of congrats to everyone. But we're not out of the doghouse yet.
Drifter's right. I'm sure the Archon will be on the move soon now that the quarantine is down. And when he does...
Quiet. Yes, you have reached your goal and torn down my collective's quarantine. This is marginally impressive, but not beyond expectations. You are free to enter and play out your adventure. As I have said, I concluded my business there long ago. All that is left is to see if the Guardians really do make their own fate. Or if you will let the 9 property created you. They who spent your lives so recklessly to save themselves. They who see you as something less. All I am doing is all I have ever done. Improving a broken system. You may remain shielded. Or be drawn into a losing battle. Goodbye, Guardian.
Guardian, drop everything you're doing. The reactor for the Academy is experiencing criticality. If we don't hold Meltdown, it'll bury not just the Ionians, but trigger the Singularity's expansion. It's all at risk. Guardian, lead us in. We're not alone. Conductor, thank you for joining us.
This is not a damning accusation, Ikora. I am not separating weeds from chaff. I am restoring an arid field to its pinnacle. All we have lost, you and I regained. Think on that. Or stand in the way of the proverbial plow if you must.
Your fingerprints are hard to ignore. Anyone in the way of restoring your new golden age ends up trampled, don't they?
There's something beyond the Conductor's Vex manipulating the time-space around us. If the Vex didn't cause this, they were drawn to it. We've seen how they react to dark matter. Everything points to the Nine, but this place doesn't resemble the unknown space they've utilized in the past. From what I'm seeing, this mystery looks less like a cipher we're meant to decode and more like a panicked scrawl we're struggling to read. This is a crime scene. We're captured in the gravity of this too. But we still chose to come. Timelessness or not, we're here now. And we've changed set futures before.
Ikora's got a lot to look over here, and we've got one more time field to scan. Let's move, Guardian. Guardian, you've got an incoming call.
Guardian, Ophiuchus has produced an interesting development from the data you sent us. There are particles here, caught in each disturbance, that are suspended as a sort of static image. The Vex don't normally work like this. They rewrite something immaculately, as if it had always been that way. But this is sloppy. Too sloppy for Maya Sundaresh and her collective. Whoever did this wasn't worried about covering their tracks. They intended to be followed, and the Vex are sweeping up behind them. I wonder... We've always suspected the Nine existed in a parallel dimension of sorts. We know they're involved in bringing us here. What if we're on the right track, but facing the wrong direction? It makes sense that the Vex would be hunting after a fourth-dimensional being that can slip across time like they can. Maybe the Nine can accomplish something the Vex can't. For now, that's our best theory.
Everyone, we have the last Strangelet capsule. Guardian, we need to take this to the Altar of Relativity and get that door open.
This is it. I'm finally gonna learn why I'm here. Big moment. For all of you too, I'm sure.
Yeah. Round of congrats to everyone. But we're not out of the doghouse yet.
Drifter's right. I'm sure the Archon will be on the move soon now that the quarantine is down. And when he does...
Quiet. Yes, you have reached your goal and torn down my collective's quarantine. This is marginally impressive, but not beyond expectations. You are free to enter and play out your adventure. As I have said, I concluded my business there long ago. All that is left is to see if the Guardians really do make their own fate. Or if you will let the Nine puppeteer your power to their whims.
Guardian, there's a growth in the Ionian settlement that the plant life is responding to. This interaction is... arresting.
Cadlia Rex. Beautiful.
We'll have to send additional researchers for further study of the interaction between transdimensional matter and material flora.
Once I can wrangle my proprioception out of the sixth dimension and stop my skin from shifting squares on the periodic table, maybe I'll write you a paper on it.
Dark matter doesn't explain the time-lost artifacts we've seen.
It does, in a way. The Nine exist outside of time. When one intervenes in our dimension, it can cause tears in space-time, pull things through. A hole punch in our paper crane.
You have a talent for explaining complex concepts. Have you thought about how you could share what you've learned?
No. I have not been able to cloud through what is next for me.
Knowledge decays if it is not shared, as the Ionians say. What do you miss most, Orin, now that you're not the emissary?
My media file collection. I put so much thought into curating it before all of this. I loved to magpie. Maybe I still do.
Lodi mentioned a collection of pressed music recordings he left behind. I bet he'd enjoy someone guiding him through a few hundred years of what he missed. The time-lost objects we've seen, all of them are obviously from the past. We haven't seen anything yet that appears to be from the future. Orin, can the Nine only pull objects forward in time?
Only forward, never backward. When I was emissary, I knew this truth as I knew my own pulse. The rule of chronal flow is the Nine's oldest, and their cruelest. The Nine on the other side of the altar is connected to the singularity, but they aren't one and the same. I don't see why they would seek to create a black hole, but their goals are different from ours. We have no sway over them.
Can you blame me for wanting to try?
Of course not. We've both been fortunate to learn about the world from the safety of the tower, and to learn about it from underneath our skin.
Then share that knowledge. There's a place and a future for you, Orin. Teach humanity what we cannot learn from study.
A future? I would like that. Guardian, listen. I've been churning around why we're all here. Our roles. You and I, Cora, like spice, draw a line of warmth forward. But Lodi, he speaks and fog leaves his mouth.
Focus. Whatever promise was given to Lodi was a half-truth, preying on vulnerability. He calls for direction through red static. I doubt he even knows where his line leads, or what the Nine would do to him. He can't. If I didn't. He can't understand what he'll become. It's an impossible concept. But maybe if he did understand, he'd offer less friction. Maybe he'd be less cagey with us. I have an idea, but I'll need your firepower. Let's remove Lodi's blindfold. Hopefully, it'll be clarifying for us both.
There is a truth buried in Lodi. I brushed it away like sand. When it stands, a tower above him, the choice is no longer a singular one, but fractal. You'll take this little mirage and make reality with density and silica, and your light. Gather it.
Silica. Sounds like we're missing some Vex ingredients to combine with your light.
Through electrostatic fog, we will ask him.
Isn't that a little forward?
Hello? Is this... Am I coming through all right?
Lodi, hello. Orin and I had a question for you.
Do you taste the iron as they impart their charge? Is the flavor oxidized or smooth?
You taste iron too. No, oxidized, certainly. I've been noting the changes in alkaline flavor by hour. You absolutely need to tell me more about that.
It is an after effect of your possession. Their voice leaves a taste in your throat. Are you going to tell us why you are here? The choice must be yours, as it was mine.
My organization received a signal and picked up. No one made a deal with anyone.
Not yet. They know a man only swallows thorns when he's starved.
I get it. Under all that, you take me as some poor rube, hoodwinked and knuckled under authority. You're wrong about me. Now, I get the feeling you're speaking from experience, and you think you know what you think you know. With all due respect, I ain't you.
Don't take it personally.
I know Orin is abrasive sometimes, but please, she's trying to help, and we're almost ready.
I forwarded your ghost a frequency, set a beacon, coordinates to follow.
right. I felt a power there, too. If what you're showing me brings me any closer to that connection, well, I have to know more. Lay it on me.
I placed a version of myself behind a window to hide my reflection.
Lead the way.
Focus.
What in the almighty heavens is this?
This is what I wanted to show you. A vessel. An avatar of power who was and is Orin.
You're saying the people you used to work for, they'd do this to me if I let them?
They will offer control over physics, motion through time, power without limit, to magnify you past what this body can muster.
What makes you walk away from that kind of gift?
It's not a gift. It's a trade. The strength you gain and the reasons you use it won't be yours, and you won't care. Your will for power.
But you're you again. You left. You can leave, so why show me this?
This is a kindness, because you should know what you're getting into if the Nine are involved. Accepting anything from them is the quickest way to make sure you won't go home. And I don't know how I left. It may not always be possible.
You're saying I might have to turn this down too. Your trade took everything from you, Orin. But they already took everything from me. I see it, though. What you're saying. I see it 200 feet tall, staring me down. My God.
Guardian, someone's on the line.
Do you see how Lodi is being led? A lick line of lashed scars clotting into a chlorine prod. Do you smell it on him? Feel it in his eyes? Stop. 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 I remember the Nine seek your most vulnerable moment, to give yourself freely. They understand when to ask, and when you'll accept. Do you call that a choice? The Nine don't make the rules. They are the rules. As far as they're concerned, volition does not exist. But I know better. It will hurt, but we should tell Lodi. Give him a clearer choice. An emissary is unlike a light bearer. The power doesn't belong to you. Not a gift, like the Traveler's Light. Nor does it exist within, like the darkness. An emissary is an expression of the Nine's will. You wield only what they give you, and only to the end of their wishes. I won't say that Lodi's in danger, but what the Nine might do through him. Proclaiming tongues, dozens. Twisted spoken excretions from timeless blue and violet plasmatic condensation. But which? Which of the Nine? Is it inner or outer orbits? I need to know.